enter week 9 of Crash Test's run in the road to WrestleMania. He has so far been absolutely dominant in all of his matches. Who could possibly stand in his way as we enter Raw is War? Is there anyone who can make the wall and then make it topple on top of Crash Test? Is there anyone in the locker room who can defeat this beast of a wrestler? Well, Mideon is going to have the chance to do exactly that. A member of the Ministry of Darkness. What can the dark side do to this beast? This confident, unbeaten beast within the four corners of that ring. As we see Crash Test with the agility as he enters the ring, essentially light versus the dark side, as we await the entrance of Mideon. What can Mideon do to stop this force from continuing his winning streak? As we see Mideon accompanied to the ring by Viscera, again members of the Ministry of Darkness. The question that Crash Test would need to ask is, will Viscera play a role within this match? The referee is about to get us underway, and off they go. Crash Test already with a running drop kick that misses. They tie up for the first time. Mideon sent off into the ropes, and a clubbing clothesline there from Crash Test sends Mideon to the outside. Chop to the chest. Tie up. Mideon, he's sent head first into the turnbuckle. He's on the floor outside, and he looks like he's busted open. We're not even 30 seconds in, and what's this from Crash Test? A moonsault to the outside, lands square on Mideon. A quick start to this one as Crash Test runs off into the direction of Viscera. What is this? To the top rope and a moonsault to the outside. My goodness, he's taken out Viscera on the outside as well. Back in the ring now. Mideon kick to the chest, retaliated by Crash Test with a high kick to the head and then a high knee to the face. Crash Test misses with the running drop kick as they tie up. A clubbing clothesline there from Crash Test and brings Mideon back up from the canvas. They tie up once more. Mideon sent into the turnbuckle and a chop to the chest of Mideon there from Crash Test. Another chop there as they tie up once more and a high knee there from Crash Test on Mideon. Crash Test, with a headbutt to the groin. Crash Test attempts to tie up, but it's reversed by Mideon into a back suplex there by Mideon on Crash Test. Crash Test misses with a low blow. Mideon with a chop to the chest and ties up Crash Test, sends Crash Test off into the turnbuckle, but misses with the running clothesline, but still chops Crash Test to the chest, and a chin breaker there on Crash Test. But Crash Test retaliates with a high uppercut as he ties up. Mideon attempts to back suplex, but it is reversed by Crash Test, who lands on his feet, and a sidewalk slam there by Crash Test on Mideon. Fast action paced here as they tie up once more. Mideon shot off into the ropes, and he is monkey flipped to the floor. Attempted uppercut misses from Crash Test as they tie up, and a high knee there from Crash Test on Mideon. Mideon on the canvas. Brought back to his feet now as they tie up once more. And a tilt-a-whirl jumping tombstone pile driver. But Mideon reverses the attempt into the rope, and now an abdominal stretch applied on Crash Test. But quickly out of it, Mideon with a kick to the ribs, attempts a chop but is blocked, and he's sent to the floor himself. As they tie up once more, Mideon sent into the turnbuckle. Crash Test what has Crash Test got in mind as he puts Midian on the top rope. And it's a superplex off the top turnbuckle. Midian in all sorts of trouble as Crash Test goes to the top turnbuckle. Flying headbutt but misses as Midian is slow to get back to his feet. Running dropkick misses there from Crash Test as they tie it once more. Shoulder charges from Crash Test on Midian. Midian looking tired. Midian looking very beaten up right now. Crash Test looking dominant again. And look at the strength of Crash Test. Picks Midian from the floor into a back suplex. Sheer power. Chopped to the chest there by Midian. An attempted hit to the head is blocked by Crash Test. And now Crash Test with another headbutt to the groin. The referee needs to get a grip on these low blows. They tie it once more. Crash Test it's reversed by Midian, but Crash Test holds onto the ropes. Midian ties up Crash Test and suplexes him to the floor. Crash Test straight back to his feet, attempts to headbutt but misses. They tie up once more. Crash Test sends Midian off into the turnbuckle. Again, Midian is now sent back to the top of the turnbuckle. And a second superplex off the top turnbuckle. Midian is not moving as he's dragged to his feet by Crash Test. Crash Test. Oh, and it's his finisher. It's the pile driver onto his head. And he's dragged into his feet again. What's he got in mind? He's done it again. Oh, good God. Oh, thankfully he's going for the pin. Surely academic. 3. Yes, it is. Academic. Sheer dominance from Crash Test in this one. That's now 9-0 for Crash Test. As we move into week 10, is there anybody who is going to stand in Crash Test's way in his pursuit within his road to WrestleMania? As we enter heat, this is the big one. This is the double digits. Match number 10 for Crash Test. Would it be 10 victories though? Or will we have a loss on the record of Crash Test? And the man who stands in his way is Hardcore Holly. This could be a phenomenal matchup. Hardcore Holly, known for the style that is in his name. His hardcore style. He's hard hitting. He's not afraid to use weapons. He will do what it takes to beat and bludgeon his opponent. The Crash Test. Crash Test must know what Hardcore Holly is all about. I mean, he just looks so confident walking down to the ring. He's so athletic. But Hardcore Holly poses a completely different threat to any wrestler he has faced so far. And here he comes. Hardcore Holly. I just wonder whether Hardcore Holly has seen any of Crash Test's previous matches. As you can hear from the fans, he's not liked in this arena. But has Hardcore Holly studied Crash Test? Has he found Crash Test to have any weaknesses? Only time will tell. As the ref is about to get us underway. Both men run at each other, but it's Crash Test with the first offence. A running drop kick lands on Hardcore as Hardcore replies with a few chops. Sends off Crash Test into the ropes, but Crash Test holds on. It's high up again. An attempted something there from Crash Test, but Hardcore Holly reverses it and he sends Crash Test to the mat. They tie it once more. Hardcore Holly shot off to the ropes, and a clubbing clothesline sends Hardcore Holly over the top of the ropes, and then an attempted back somersault off the top rope misses from Crash Test. Hardcore Holly already with a weapon in hand and clubs Crash Test on the top of the dome. But Crash Test then slaps it out of his hands and ties Hardcore Holly up, sends him into the ropes once more, and an uppercut sends Holly to the floor. They tie it once more. As Crash Test attempted to go for the same move, Holly has reversed it once more. A missed uppercut there, low blow even from Crash Test. He sends Holly off into the turnbuckle, but he misses, and he is floored by Holly. A miss with the low blow once more. Holly has definitely got him scouted, and he delivers a low blow to Crash Test of his own. Kicked to the midriff there by Crash Test as he tries to tie up Holly. High knee there to Holly's head. Holly there landing a kick to the midriff of Crash Test. As Crash Test ties him up. Attempted to go for the shoulder barges, but Holly is having none of it. Just drags him to the floor. Crash Test now to the outside. Holly follows him to the outside. Now both men back in the ring. Oh! He tricked Holly there by running into the ring, running off the ropes and clubbing him with a clothesline. Crash Test to the outside, drags Holly out to the outside and then slides back in. Holly with another weapon, this time a chair. Crash Test had it scouted though as he headbutts the chair out from him. And now Crash Test with a high knee to Holly's head. Tie up again, attempted shoulder barges. This time it is successful from Crash Test on Holly. Bit of even Stevens in this match so far. No man really getting the better of the other. Attempted back suplex there, but reversed by Crash as he lands on his feet, and then a sidewalk slam on Holly. But Holly quickly back to his feet. A tie up there from Holly. Tilt-a-whirl power slam there. But quickly back to his feet is Crash Test. He tries to tie up with Holly again, but Holly reverses it into a back suplex. Crash Test is getting no offense here right now. As Crash Test comes off the ropes and misses with the clothesline. Crash Test now to the outside once more. Attempting to drag Holly out, and he is successful. As he slides back in between the ropes to the other side of the ring and back out. As Hardcore Holly now has another weapon. This time it looks like it's a baseball bat. Charges at Crash Test, but Crash Test drags him by the leg and drags him back outside. And Hardcore Holly must think he has the upper hand. He is taking time to taunt Crash Test, who is standing in the ring. Holly with yet another weapon, this time another chair. And it is scouted by Crash Test, who headbutts him, but then Holly gets off some chops of his own. High knee there by Crash Test sends Holly to the mat. And oh, would you believe it, a low blow from Crash Test. But Holly quickly back to his feet, chops to the chest. They tie it once more. What's Holly got in mind? A vertical suplex. Crash Test now back to the outside once more, attempting to drag Holly out, but it didn't work. Holly slid outside, and he sends Crash Test into the apron, ties it once more, and a chop to the head sends Crash to the outside. Now they're just running around the ring. Crash Test climbing back in the ring, followed by Hardcore Holly. Both men back in the ring, tie it once more. Crash Test tries to send Holly into the ropes, but it's reversed, and then Crash Test is flipped by Hardcore Holly. Crash Test out to the outside once more. Hardcore Holly in quick pursuit. It is cat versus mouse. And believe it or not, Crash Test seems to be the mouse. Hardcore Holly seems to have got Crash Test's number in this match so far. Showing sheer dominance as Crash Test gets in the ring, runs to the other side and slides out again. The basement drive there from Hardcore misses. And now Crash Test must be desperate. He's now looking for weapons as Hardcore Holly continues to taunt him from inside the ring. Crash Test back in now as he ties up. High knee there to Hardcore Holly. But Holly straight back up. Attempted clothesline missed there from Holly. Tied up again, and another high knee there from Crash Test. A third high knee there from Crash Test. As he goes to one too many times, and Hardcore Holly reverses it into a back suplex. Crash Test is currently, for the first time in his 10 matches, being dominated by another wrestler. As he comes off the ropes and he clubs Holly with a clothesline, but Holly quickly to his feet and misses with a clothesline of his own. Definitely looks like Holly is showing signs of this match wearing him down as he holds his head as he walks around. And now Crash Test, for some reason, taunting Hardcore Holly, which has provoked him to get another weapon, a trash can, to the ring. But again, the weapon is knocked out of his hand and he is delivered with a high knee again by Crash Test. And a clubbing clothesline there from Crash Test on Hardcore Holly sends Holly to the canvas. They tie up once more. And another very strong, stiff clothesline there from Crash Test. Crash Test scoop slams Holly to the mat, and he's now mounting him straight right to the temple of Hardcore Holly. Rope break. Holly back to his feet, and they tie up once more. High knee there again from Crash Test. And the disgusting low blow of a headbutt to the groin once more, but Hardcore Holly quickly back to his feet, was tie up one more time. And Crash Test shoulder charging on Hardcore Holly, weakening that arm. Hardcore Holly hits the mat. He's not getting up as quickly as he was earlier. And a submission move this time from Crash Test, just cranking back on the neck. Hardcore Holly slow to his feet. They tie up once more, and a clubbing clothesline. The match definitely seems to have turned in favour of Crash Test. And again, pummeling Hardcore Holly with those straight rights to the temple. Hardcore Holly is tied up, and the clubbing blows to the back of Crash Test's head, but seems to have had no effect as Crash Test straight back to his feet. High knee there by Crash Test on Hardcore. What's he got in mind? Crash Test to the top turnbuckle, and a flying headbutt, and it connects this time. Holly slow to his feet as they tie up once more, and a clever clubbing clothesline. Hardcore Holly on his back, dragged to his feet now by a Crash Test. They tie up, belly to belly suplex, sends Hardcore to the mat. He's dragged back up once more. Crash Test now, what's he got in mind? He's attempted some sort of suplex, but it's reversed by Holly, who's got a suplex of his own. Holly not out of this one yet. High knee there by a Crash Test on Holly. Holly again being brought to his feet. They tie up once more. He's hooked the leg. Oh, Fisherman's suplex there. Crash Test brought Hardcore Holly to his feet. What's he got in mind this time? Oh, look at that. We are nearly 8 minutes into this match. And the sheer strength of Crash Test with the delayed vertical suplex making all of Holly's blood rush to his head. And a high boot there by Crash Test, followed by a running drop kick. Again, sends Holly to the mat. Holly now brought back to his feet. They tie up once more. Tilt-a-whirl tombstone there on Hardcore Holly. The tide has definitely turned, and it's in favour of Crash Test. He hooks the leg once more, but it was telegraphed by Hardcore Holly, but misses with the drop kick follow-up, and he's thrown to the floor. And now the sheer strength of Crash Test is on show as he just lifts Hardcore Holly like he was nothing and power slams him back first to the canvas. Drop kick now sends Hardcore to the mat, brought back up as they tie up one more time. And oh my god, it is that disgusting finisher from Crash Test on Holly. No, what's he doing? You do not need to do a second one, but it doesn't matter. Oh my god, it still looks horrible. Will Hardcore Holly kick out? No, he won't. 3 count fall. But that has got to be the toughest test that Crash Test has had so far. As we enter week 11, were other superstars watching that match? Did other superstars see where Hardcore Holly was able to stop the dominance of Crash Test? He may have lost, but he definitely showed everyone there was chinks in the armour. As we enter yet another week, week 11 on Raw is War. What sort of match do we have? We have a tag team match. We have Crash Test and Stone Cold Steve Austin against the pairing of Al Snow and Hardcore Holly. Now, both Crash Test and Stone Cold Steve Austin, similar in their approaches to the match. They are both confident competitors. Like we've been watching, Crash Test is now on a 10 winning streak in all competitions. As you can see, the confidence as he struts into the ring. He will have his partner who will share, no doubt, the same confidence as Crash Test, and that is Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Rattlesnake. He is always ready to stomp some mud holes. But both this pairing of confident, hard-hitting wrestlers, they have to contend with a rather unusual pairing. Al Snow, who likes head, and Hardcore Holly, who likes wood. If you listen to that crowd as Stone Cold Steve Austin hits both corners of the ring, a clear fan favourite. We're going back to their opponents for tonight's match. Al Snow, a very unusual character. Bit of a goof, people might say. However, he is not to be underestimated. Within his somewhat dodgy persona and somewhat goofy antics, he is a very strong, very calculated competitor. And should Steve Austin or Crash Test underestimate this wrestler, it could be to their detriment. And here we go. His tag team partner, Hardcore Holly, who put on a masterclass and just came up short against Crash Test last week, but did show everyone that Crash Test has chinks in the armour. Still not a fan favourite. But did Hardcore Holly learn anything from his match with Crash Test last week? Did he pick out where he went right and where he went wrong? And is he able to put this into practice within this match? And the ref has got us underway. And what's this? Immediately, Crash Test has tagged in Stone Cold Steve Austin. Steve Austin straight to work on Al Snow's arm, and it looks like Hardcore Holly and Crash Test are going to continue their feud as Crash Test sends Hardcore Holly out to the outside on the floor. Steve Austin working back on the arm of Al Snow inside the ring, and now slamming the knee of Al Snow into the mat. Al Snow attempts to kick Stone Cold, and with an insecurity sends Stone Cold to the mat. On the outside though, Hardcore Holly smashes Crash Test with a piece of wood to the back, but his ears tilted well back broke to the floor, and a standing moonsault on the outside there. And the action in the ring, it shows Stone Cold Steve Austin attempting to get better of Al Snow, but failing as Al Snow suplexes Steve Austin. Al Snow looks like he's got the upper hand on Steve Austin at the moment. As Steve Austin goes back to those shoulder charges. Again, trying to regain the upper hand here. Right on the outside, it is still frantic. Again, another weapon used on Crash Test there. Stone Cold Steve Austin. But it's reversed by Al Snow. He's gone to the back. Oh, and he's dropped Stone Cold on his head and neck area. Stone Cold Steve Austin getting chopped now. And a standing drop kick there by Al Snow. They tie up in the middle of the ring. Al Snow sent to the mat by Stone Cold, but ties him back up again. Al Snow with another vertical suplex there. It is all action inside and outside the ring. Fairly even Stevens inside the ring as Stone Cold slams Al Snow to the mat. But even on the outside, you've got Crash Test and Hardcore Holly still at it. A hockey stick now in play outside the ring. Tilt World backbreaker there on the outside, while Al Snow has got Stone Cold on the canvas inside the ring. And now attacking the knee is Al Snow on Stone Cold. And Stone Cold back to his feet and slams Al Snow into the mat. Al Snow back to his feet. They tie it once more. Steve Austin sends Al Snow off into the ropes and clubs him with a clothesline that sends him over the top turnbuckle. On the outside, and what's this? Stone Cold Steve Austin taunting Al Snow. Al Snow's got head, but he's not able to use it as he's slammed back to the floor. The action is unrelenting as Al Snow is shot off into the ropes, and again clothesline to the outside. Stone Cold has slammed him into the turnbuckle, and Al Snow is now on the outside, while Crash Test and Hardcore Holly are still going at it. Straight headbutts by Crash Test, the Hardcore on the outside, and a flip, no less. Yet inside the ring, you've got Stone Cold tying up with Al Snow, and he's tried to break his shoulder, but he's quickly rolled up there by Al Snow. Tie up now as Steve Austin sends Al Snow into the corner, and the clothesline sends Al Snow face first to the floor. And again, working on that knee is Stone Cold on Al Snow. Steve Austin shoots Al Snow off into the ropes. Another clothesline sends him to the outside, and another clothesline sends him to the floor outside. And outside there is some more action with Crash Test and Hardcore Holly going chop for chop, reversal for reversal. And Stone Cold Steve Austin again taunting Al Snow, taunting him. Al Snow brought back to his feet now. They tie it once more, and Al Snow is just thrown over Stone Cold's shoulder. While on the outside, it's... What's going on the outside? Oh, you've got a tilt-a-world backbreaker there from Crash Test on Hardcore Holly. Back in the ring now. Stone Cold shooting Al Snow off into the turnbuckle and slams him with a clothesline. And you can see that Stone Cold Steve Austin going for a submission on the arm he's been working on early in this match. All four men now in the ring. It is getting chaotic. Al Snow beating on Stone Cold, tying him up, attempting. Yes, he's got it. Oh, he's just power slammed him head first into the mat. Al Snow shot off into the corner though. And there you go, Stone Cold Steve Austin stomping some mud holes in Al Snow. Dragged back to his feet, Stone Cold again shoots Al Snow off into the corner and stomping some more mud holes. Vintage, absolutely vintage Stone Cold Steve Austin. As they tie up once more, and again Al Snow thrown over the shoulder of Stone Cold Steve Austin. A very, very dominant performance by Stone Cold. He's up the top term, second term. He's on the second ropes and he's raining hell on top of Al Snow. Straight rights to the head. And just drags him, just throws him to the floor like a rag doll. As it goes behind now, and he's choking Al Snow for the rope break. Crash Test was straight in, but Hardcore Holly stayed on the outside. Again, They tie up with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Al Snow, who tries to throw Al Snow into the turnbuckle, runs after Al Snow, and he's thrown over Al Snow's head. And now tries to punch Al Snow. It is blocked, and Stone Cold is sent to the outside. All four men now in opposite corners on the outside. Stone Cold working on Al Snow's leg, while Crash Test and Hardcore Holly still resuming their hardcore, intense rivalry. The two legal men now back in the ring. Stone Cold shooting Al Snow off into the ropes, and a clothesline staggers Al Snow as they tie up once more, and Al Snow throw over the shoulder of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Al Snow back to his feet, and again for a hip toss there from Steve Austin on Al Snow, and he's brought back to his feet once more as they tie up again. Atomic drop there from Steve Austin on Al Snow. Oh, but a low blow by Al Snow on Steve Austin there. It's back and forth, chop for chop, these two go. But Al Snow is now sent back off into the turnbuckle, floats over Steve Austin, but Steve Austin was ready for it. And another hip toss there by Steve Austin on Al Snow. Absolutely frantic pace we've got here. And Al Snow has just managed to avoid himself getting his arm broken, and then throws out Steve Austin back first, and then tried to follow it up, but was blocked by Crash Test, and he's now reversed a Stone Cold Steve Austin move into a suplex. So much action. A rake of the eyes there by Stone Cold, who's now taunting his opponent while he's on the mat. Low blow there by Al Snow, and a super kick there on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Al Snow really starting to get the better of this match now. Al Snow reverses Stone Cold off the ropes and then flicks fireman carry style, but Stone Cold runs away from Al Snow to the outside of the ring. 3 men now on the outside. Nope, all 4 men now. You've got Hardcore Holly with some steps. He's raining metal steps on top of Crash Test. Whereas you've got Al Snow, who is taunting Steve Austin. But Steve Austin's having none of it. Drags Al Snow to the outside. And now it's Steve Austin's turn to taunt. And that has prompted Al Snow to go and get head and slide back in the ring. Steve Austin ready for it though as he ties up Al Snow, and then starts to kick him in the back and drop some elbows on top of him as well. Al Snow back to his feet. And suplexes Al Snow to the mat. And again, the action outside the ring is as unrelenting as it is inside the ring. Hardcore Holly and Crash Test are still at it. The action inside the ring has Al Snow shooting Steve Austin off into the ropes. Al Snow off the upper ropes and then clothesline Steve Austin to the mat. Steve Austin being dragged to his feet now, and a drop kick that was telegraphed by Steve Austin there. Steve Austin rolls out of the way. They tie up and Al Snow thrown over the shoulder of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Al Snow is now very slow to get back to his feet. They tie up once more. Steve Austin ramming his shoulders into the shoulders of Al Snow. Such frantic pace to this match. And apart from the one tag we had early in this match, there has been no tags to any partner since. Al Snow blocks the attempt to throw him into the corner with a super kick as he comes out. He then throws Stone Cold into the corner. This could be the chance to get a breather, but no! Al Snow is stopped in his attempt to get a tag. Al Snow shot off into the ropes now, and a clubbing clothesline sends Al Snow to the outside. Stone Cold has him, and he's rammed him into the turnbuckle.
1, 2.
Oh, it just seems like the pace has slowed after such a frantic beginning. And Stone Cold Steve Austin is still taunting Al Snow as they tie up once more, and Al Snow is thrown to the mat. Steve Austin has got him back to his feet. They tie up once more and a clubbing clothesline. Another clubbing clothesline there from Steve Austin. Al Snow is definitely looking like he's beaten and bruised right now. Stone Cold Steve Austin is looking confident. He is looking like he's in control. Another clubbing clothesline there from Steve Austin. Oh, could this be the beginning of the end? It's a stunner. Stone Cold stunner. This really could be the beginning of the end for Al Snow and Hardcore Holly. Another stunner. I don't know how much more Al Snow can take. They tie it once more. A third, yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard me right. A third stunner. That surely has to be it. Crash Test blocks off Hardcore Holly, and yes, it is a 3 count full. 3 stunners, 1 count for each stunner. Stone Cold and Crash Test win. And that is now 11 victories in all competitions for Crash Test. Will there be someone to end the streak next week?